Hello everybody, my name is Rob and this is a live demo of a little piece of software that I coded up called LSMC, or Login Screen Management Console. So in this live demo, what I'm going to do is show you everything from installing this on a bootable USB flash drive and then using the software to reset the password on a local user account, and then enabling the built-in administrator, and then creating a new account as well. The first thing you want to do is, and I already have my browser open, or actually minimized down at the bottom, but you want to navigate over to, and I'm going to put the link in the description of this video as well, so you can just click on it. But you want to navigate to rmtechcentral.com/LSMC, and this page is probably going to get changed around a little bit by the time this video is released, but the download should be in the same spot regardless. But you want to look for where it says LSMC, click here to download, and then click on that, and then just download it to a convenient location where you know, or where you can easily find it. I have already downloaded this, and the reason I did that is mainly just to save time here. So I've already downloaded it. It's located in my downloads. Okay, so we're going to click this open. I'm going to go to my downloads. And okay, so when you download the file, it's going to be in a zip format. So you want to right click it and then go to extract all. Then click extract. Okay, and then there's going to be two files. One is the ISO image that you're going to be putting on the USB, and then the other is a program called Rufus. And what this does is it's basically just a bootable USB flash drive creator tool. So one thing you will need is a USB flash drive. This is a 16 gig, which is way overkill. The program's not that big. It looks like it's roughly 320 megabytes. So you could have a USB flash drive that's just 500 megabytes, if you can even find one that low. Chances are you're going to have one that's a little bit of a bigger capacity, so you probably have a 1 or 2 gig flash drive lying around. You can use that. So after you download the files, what you want to do is insert your flash drive into the computer. Okay, and then don't do anything with this window. If it pops up for the autoplay, you can just exit out and then open up Rufus. Okay, so everything is fine by default. As you can see here up at device, 16 gig flash drive, which is the one that I inserted. If you have anything else plugged into your computer, like an external hard drive or another flash drive, you might want to double check and make sure that that is correct. This is the only thing I have plugged into this computer, so of course it's going to be the only thing in the drop-down menu. But you might see something else if you do have other devices. So just make sure this is pointing to the flash drive that you just inserted in your computer. And then for partition scheme and target system type, leave this as is. Leave file system as is. The only thing you really have to do at this point is just click this icon right here to select the image, which is going to be that ISO image that we extracted. So again, we're going to go back to downloads, over to our extracted folder, and then the RMTech LSMC ISO image. Open that, click start, and then it's going to give you a warning. Basically all data on the device is going to be destroyed. So it's going to format the USB drive, so make sure you're not using a USB flash drive that you have anything important on. And once that is all set, go ahead and click OK to start the process. So at this point, it's going to make the USB flash drive bootable. It's going to copy the ISO image over to the USB flash drive, and then the next step is going to be booting into the LSMC setup. So of course, on this computer, since this is just a demonstration, if this was a real issue as far as being locked out of your computer, what I've done is I've made a test account that I'm going to be pretending to be locked out of. Obviously, if you are really locked out of your computer, you're going to be using a different PC to perform these steps, and then taking the USB flash drive and putting it into the computer that you're locked out of Windows on. I know that seems obvious, but just making mention of that, since I'm using this computer and this computer only for demonstration purposes. I'm just going to be leaving the flash drive in there once this is done, and then booting into the LSMC setup. Okay, once it's done, of course, if you're using another PC to get this image copied over, at this point you can just take out the flash drive and then take it over to the computer that you're locked out of Windows on. So of course, in our case, that's this computer, so we're just going to put it right back where it was. And I'm going to restart the computer. Now, before I click restart, some computers will boot off of an external device automatically, and if they do, it will automatically pop up and say, press any key to boot off USB. If your computer doesn't automatically boot off of the thumb drive, it's different for all computers. This is a Dell. Normally for Dells, it's always F12. But you kind of have to play around with it sometimes. Sometimes it says it in one of the corners in the upper right or the bottom right. It says, press F2 to go into settings, press F whatever to go into your boot menu. So that's something that you might have to figure out if it doesn't just automatically boot off the USB flash drive, or if it isn't a common key like it is on this Dell. So I'm going to go ahead and restart. Okay, so once you hit the correct key to bring up your boot menu, it could look a ton of different ways. It might look like this, it might be a little blue box in the middle. Either way, you're going to see something in there that says something that pertains to USB, your USB storage device or something like that. So when you found that, go ahead and press enter, and then any key to continue if that message pops up. And then at this point, it's going to boot into the LSMC setup. Really quick before I begin, if you're curious about the light version, it's pretty much a very slimmed down version of the full version. So if you're curious about what you can do in the light version versus the full version, which I'm ready to show you right now, it pretty much gives you the option of creating just a standard user account, which will allow you to get back into your computer and use it. It doesn't create an admin account, so you're not going to be able to install any programs or access any folders to get to your data. But it will also let you spawn a command prompt window as well. So if you're one of those people that is interested in this program, mainly because you had issues getting past the first step in my Locked Out of Windows 10 tutorial, copying that utilman.exe file, the light version might be perfect for you because it's going to do all of that automatically. And then if you feel comfortable enough using a command prompt, once you get back into Windows on the login screen to create a new user account, then that might be all you need. But anyways, moving on, like I said, I'm going to be installing the full version for this demo. So this computer is running Windows 7, so we're going to select option 2. And welcome to the LSMC, or welcome to LSMC for Windows 7, etc., so on and so forth. Legal notice: by clicking OK, you agree to use this software for its intended purpose and only on a computer that you own or a computer that you have full permission to modify. Okay, and the full version. And then also, before I continue, bear in mind that for a limited time only, I will be giving out free product keys just for subscribing to my channel. I don't know how long this is going to last for, but if you're interested, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and then send me a quick email to ourmayor0428@gmail.com and just let me know that you subscribed, and I'd be more than happy to send you a product key for free so you can try out the full version. Okay, so we just click OK here. All right, then it's going to ask you if you want to password protect LSMC. Basically what this is, really quick, like it says right here, if anyone else uses your computer, they may accidentally open this program and could change your settings, accounts, or Windows password. So in a nutshell, if you install this and anybody else accidentally clicks on the icon to bring up the console, at that point they pretty much have full control over your computer to do whatever they want. So I thought it might be a good idea to give the user an option to have it password protected. So if you select yes on this option, it's going to automatically set a password LSMC123. In future versions, I plan to add the option to set your own password, but it hasn't progressed that far yet. But that is, I believe, a security measure in the right direction to keep other people out of this console in case of they accidentally click on it. So for the demo, we're going to click yes. We do want to password protect. And then it just pops up, says LSMC will be password protected. Remember this password or write it down. Password LSMC123. Click OK, and the installation is going to begin. Okay, and it's as simple as that. So it says right here, when the computer restarts, press the Shift key 5 times in a row on the login screen to launch LSMC. So you might notice this is a little bit different than Windows 10. Windows 10 we use the, actually Windows 7 has it as well, the Ease of Access Center. I don't know if it's in all versions of Windows 7. So with that being said, I just decided to stick to the method I know works for all versions, which is using the sticky keys, which opens up by pressing Shift 5 times in a row. Of course, Windows 10, it's going to be different. You'll select the Ease of Access Center icon at the bottom right. So just take note of this screen when it pops up, depending on what Windows version you're using, because it's going to show you how to open up the program once we restart the computer. And then once you understand, click Continue, and then remove the USB flash drive and click OK to reboot. Okay, so here we are on the Windows 7 login screen, and like I said, if this is Windows 10, you would click the Ease of Access Center button, which would be down at the bottom right. On this, we're going to press Shift 5 times in a row, and the first thing we're going to do is reset the password on this LSMC test user account. So if we go Shift, 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 and then enter password to run, LSMC. The password that was just provided during the installation, which is LSMC123. So you can see if I was somebody just messing around and I brought up this menu, I wouldn't have a whole list of options like you're going to see now that could give me the ability to change a bunch of things on your computer, which would not be very good. Okay, so here is the menu. We have a couple options. Of course, we're going to be using the first option for resetting the password on an existing local account first. But you also have the options to create a new account with admin privileges, enable the built-in administrator account, disable the built-in administrator account, and delete existing local account. So if you're trying to reset the password on an account, like we're going to be doing with the LSMC test user, you want to select option 1 and then press enter or click OK. And it says a list of existing user accounts will be displayed for you to choose from. Look carefully because occasionally the hard-coded name of the account recognized by Windows differs from the name you see on the login screen. In other words, you might see something like my main account, Robert Mayer. It may not be Robert Mayer. Windows may not look at it as Robert Mayer. So actually my account is actually Mayer RO, and then the name is Robert Mayer. So that is the reason for this. You may see a different account than what you see on the welcome screen, so pay attention to that aspect. So we click OK. And then this is mainly a Windows 10 message right here, just going on about Microsoft accounts. I haven't had a chance to change this in the Windows 7 version yet, so you can, if you're on Windows 7, you can just ignore this message. And then here it pops up a list of accounts. So like I said, Robert Mayer is actually Mayer RO, so if this was the password we were resetting, we would be typing in that Mayer RO instead of Robert Mayer. And then LSMC test user is the same. So that is the account we want to reset the password on. So we're going to type in LSMC test user. Okay, and then enter new password. I know a lot of people are probably just going to want to blank out the password at this point. With the way I have the command run, you can't do that. It will fail. So you have to type in something. When you create a new account, you can leave the password blank. When you're changing the password, you have to type something in. So we're just going to go with password. Okay, password for LSMC test user changed. Try logging in with your new password. And then of course, Microsoft account stuff, again, Windows 10 stuff. So go ahead and click OK. And let's log in with password. Okay, and there you have it. So I just showed you how to do a password reset. Next, really quick, I want to show you how to enable the built-in administrator account. And then I believe I said it was going to be creating a new user. So let's go ahead and log back out. And this is really simple. If you followed me this far, you probably don't need to know this, but I'm going to show you how to do it anyways. So again, LSMC 123. So say you didn't want to change a password, or say this was Windows 10 and it's a Microsoft account, and you can't change the password because you don't know the security questions on the Microsoft website, whatever it is. If you're having an issue like that and you just can't reset the password on the account, then what you could do is, first option is you can enable the built-in administrator account. So that's easy enough. We just press option 3 and then OK. And then built-in administrator account enabled. Click yes to reboot now or no to reboot later. So we're going to go ahead and reboot now. So when the computer comes back up, we should see an account named administrator on the welcome screen, and it should not have a password assigned to it. And of course, for some odd reason, if it did, we could just use option 1 to reset that password on that administrator account. Very easy. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to show everybody is kind of like a 2-in-1 step, which is going to be disabling the built-in administrator account again, because I don't want it on my welcome screen. And then I'm also going to show you how to create a new user. So once this is done and we reboot again, administrator should be gone, and then we should see the new user that we created. So first step is, if you want to disable the built-in administrator account, you can use option 4, and then click OK. And then we're not gonna reboot right now. We're going to go back in here, and we want to create a new account, just for the sake of example. So number 2 would be create new account with admin privileges. So option 2. Type new username. We're just going to type new user. And then, like I said, for a new user, you can leave the password blank. So we'll just click OK. Okay, account new user has been created. Click yes to reboot now. So when the computer comes back up, since we disabled the built-in administrator account and then created a new user, administrator should be gone, and an account named new user with no password should be on the welcome screen. Okay, so just like I said, administrator has been disabled once again, and the new user account we created with administrator privileges is right there. We didn't set a password, so if we click on it, it should log right in. So say this was a Windows 10 PC and the only account you had was a Microsoft account, you weren't able to reset the password, this would be a great way to get you back into your computer with another admin account, whether it be the built-in administrator account or you just created a new account like we did. At this point, you could just navigate through your file explorer, go to C drive users, the username, and then gather all of your files. Okay, and then, actually I don't think I mentioned this at the beginning, but one more thing I want to show you guys is how you can delete users as well. So say you wanted to delete a user for whatever reason, I don't know why, but I put the option in there just in case. That would be option number 5. And then a list of existing user accounts will be displayed for you to choose from. Again, look carefully because the hard-coded name of the account recognized by Windows might be different than the name you see on the login screen. Just like the message we got when we went to change the password on an account. And we're just going to go ahead and delete new user. Type in the username as it appears up here. Click OK. We're going to reboot. Okay, and we're almost done here with this demonstration. I just want to really quickly show some of the advanced options and then show you quickly how to uninstall this program if you want to revert the changes back to their original setting. Some of the advanced options are number 6, opens a command prompt. So anything running in here is running under system privileges. So you might want to use this if you're trying to perform a task that you're unable to do when you're logged into Windows, such as maybe deleting a file that you don't have permissions to delete, changing some sort of setting, etc. So we have the option of opening a command prompt window under System Privileges. We have the option to open up the registry editor under System. We can open up the Microsoft Management Console, which I believe you have to be running another version other than Windows 7 Home or Windows 10 Home. So you have to be running at least the professional version to do this. But if you are running the professional version, if you open up the Microsoft Management Console from LSMC, you can go to Add Remove Snap-in, and you can manage users from here, actually. So if you were to go to Local Users and Groups, you have your list of users right there. So you can do all of your work through the Microsoft Management Console if you wish. Okay, and then I also gave the option to open up the Task Manager. So okay, and that's pretty much it as far as the program itself is concerned. I hope that I thoroughly explained everything. I probably over-explained a couple things, but I tend to do that a lot. So without saying any more about it, of course, if you do have any questions, feel free to email me. Again, my email address is rmayer0428@gmail.com, or you can go over to rmtechcentral.com and then click the contact link at the top, and then you can contact me through that form as well. So moving on to the very last step, I want to show you how to uninstall the program and then set everything back to all the files that it hits change back to their original state. So again, you're going to use the same USB flash drive that you copied the LSMC image over to. And the same process as before. We want to boot the computer off of the flash drive. And again, in my case, it is F12. So when it boots up into the LSMC setup, we're going to see an option for uninstall. What uninstall is going to do is it's going to restore the files that LSMC changed in order to make it work. It's going to restore those files back to the original Windows files. So to uninstall, on the main LSMC setup menu, just select option 3, and then click OK to restore all files to their original state. Okay, all files have been restored to their original state. Remove USB flash drive and click OK to reboot. branch, and so now when we tap shift 5 times in a row, it should bring up the option that is supposed to come up for sticky keys. And that's it. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video, and let me reiterate one more time, if you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to comment in the comment section below. If you've used this program and you have any feedback, negative or positive, please let me know any feedback that you might have. And then email address is rmayor0428@gmail.com, and then again www.rmtechcentral.com, and then you can use the contact form on the tab on top and use that form to contact me as well. So that's it. That's it. You can cut it off now.